What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about the Baltimore Ravens, and I want to admit I'm a little biased because they're my favorite team, but I will leave all of that out for an honest review. Let's go back to January 28th, 2024 to revisit the Ravens versus Chiefs. Well, actually, before all that, the Ravens just came off of an amazing regular season, going 13-4. They beat some good teams, and when I say good teams, I really mean the best in the NFL. There are three games in particular that stood out. In Week 7, they demolished the Detroit Lions 38-6. The Ravens defense held those 5-1 Lions to only 6 points. They held Jared Goff to 33 out of 53 passing, and he threw for no touchdowns and 1 interception. The Ravens D-line sacked Goff 5 times. On the other side of the ball, Lamar Jackson went 21 out of 27 and threw for 3 touchdowns with 0 interceptions along with 36 rushing yards. With Gus Edwards and Justice Hill in the backfield, the Baltimore Ravens ran for a total of 146 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. The Ravens' passing attack was just as good. Lamar completed passes with 9 different receivers, including Zay Flowers, OBJ, and Mark Andrews, who had 2 touchdowns on the day. The next game that stood out was arguably the most anticipated game of the whole year versus the 49ers on Christmas night. Coming into this matchup, the Ravens and the Niners were both 11-3. This was a battle of possible MVPs between the two teams, but little did everyone know that this game was going to be more lopsided than everyone had expected. After a tight first half between the two teams, the Ravens were leading 16-12. The Ravens broke loose in the third quarter. Having already thrown 2 picks in the first half, Purdy just proceeded to throw 2 more picks with a total of 5, thanks to Sam Darnold throwing 1 late in the game. Patrick Queen, Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams, and Marlon Humphrey all had picks on the day. Not to mention the stout defense sacked Purdy 4 times. Lamar had a breakout game and threw for 252 yards, 2 touchdowns, and rushed for 45 yards. But most importantly, Roquan Smith, along with Justin Madubuike and others, had a dominant defensive showing. It was an embarrassing night for the 49ers in front of a large TV audience on Christmas night. After this whole regular season, the Ravens sat at 13-4 and secured a first-round bye in the playoffs. After a 13-10 victory over the Texans, the Ravens had one team standing in their way to reach the Super Bowl, the Chiefs. Even though they didn't have their best year, you can never count out Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. With the Super Bowl appearance on the line, the Chiefs didn't disappoint. With a methodical Andy Reid offense and superstar Patrick Mahomes, the Ravens just didn't have enough. Travis Kelce had 11 catches for 116 yards and a TD during the game. The Ravens' key mistake was not running the ball. For whatever reason, they decided to diss our identity on running and had Lamar throw the ball 37 times, which is not his specialty. Not including Lamar's rushing attempts, the Ravens only ran the ball 8 times from 3 different running backs for a total of 27 yards. We're talking about a team here who runs the ball 20, 30 times a game. It is known as the best rushing offense in the NFL, and they randomly just decided to ditch their identity. Like I said earlier, it was just all kind of weird. The defense played well, though, and held the Chiefs to only 17 points, but the offense just couldn't get it done. I remember Zay Flowers was at the goal line. He dove in, and L'Jarius Sneed just popped the ball out, and after that, that was pretty much it. This was just a very disappointing day for Ravens fans like me. Fast forward to the offseason, and overall, it was just a great season, but it was very disappointing to have an ending like that. The Ravens lost some notable players like Jadeveon Clowney, Patrick Queen, and Morgan Moses. But soon enough, the Ravens made a signing that would shock the world. They signed former Tennessee Titans running back Derrick Henry. King Henry is arguably one of the best running backs in the entire league. I mean, this is the guy that's throwing people in stiff arms and just doing crazy moves all the time. The best rushing team in the NFL just got even better. Just imagine a read option between Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Defenses won't want to tackle either one of them. They also addressed some losses in the secondary by drafting Nate Wiggins, a talented cornerback from Clemson who ran a blazing 4.28 40-yard dash. Nate Wiggins is an excellent cover corner and will add the already loaded secondary, including Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, and Marcus Williams. With a solid O-line and a young wide receiver core, including Zay Flowers, Devontae Walker, Mark Andrews, the Ravens offense is one of the scariest in the league. The defense, led by Roquan Smith, is not going to be any worse off than they were last year. They were already a top 5 defense in most categories and forced many turnovers against the best teams. I see a bright future for the Baltimore Ravens, and I think they could win a Super Bowl next season because no one was stopping them all year up till the AFC Championship. Well, that's all I have for today. Remember to like and to subscribe, and have a good day.